Hello everybody, let's go ahead and get started with your reading. Damn Mercury. All right, Spirit, please show me what messages, what guidance do the collective need to hear at this time? What messages, what guidance? And of course, Mercury retrograde's been getting me. I couldn't use my computer this morning. It's been heck just trying to get everything up and going. My communication style has been a little different, so bear with me. Wow. We've got the Ace of Earth. We've got the Empress. Wow. Abundance, opportunities, creation, Two of Fire. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody here is going to find out that they're pregnant, or somebody's going to be giving birth. That's what I'm definitely getting. Wow, we got the Star. So somebody is definitely giving birth. Spirit, please show me to something new. It can be a creation of something new. Wow, we've got transformation, which is the Tower. Okay. We got the King of Fire and two more, Spirit. Queen of Water. And we've got the Death card and the Two of Air. Okay, bottom of the deck. Chariot. Wow. So definitely victory. Victory, success, taking off, traveling for a lot of you. You know, I definitely feel recognition, willpower, excitement, inspiration, wishes coming true, abundance in all areas of your life, planning for your future. Man, you got so much going on here. Let's go ahead and get into the storyline. So you're definitely going through a transformational period. There's an opportunity here for a lot of you. And for some of you, it's working with children. I definitely get the working with children or starting something new, okay? And there's some opportunities here, and maybe you're partnering with other people to help this move, forward. I definitely am getting children. Children are of importance, okay? We've got all these children here, and I definitely feel like, you know, and maybe for some of you, it's your inner child. But maybe for some of you, you know, someone here has been maybe wanting to get pregnant, and maybe you've been doing some type of in vitro, or you're looking for some type of a surrogacy, and other ones are just carrying naturally. But the Chariot is Cancer. So I am getting, and with the Empress here, I'm getting mother-like energy. Maybe your mother is of importance to you. At this time, whether they've crossed over, maybe for some of you, you have a mother who has crossed over, because I do see the Empress underneath, or the Star underneath the Empress. So they could be shining down on you, giving you psychic hits. I'm definitely getting psychic hits. There's some type of a transformation that's coming in, and we've got all across the board. Wow, we've got five major arcanas in this reading with the Chariot. We have the Empress, we have the Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Star, and we have the Tower, which is transformation. I'm sorry, and you know what? I take that back. And we have the Release card, which is the Death card. So this is the Phoenix rising from the ashes energy. And I definitely feel for a lot of you, there has been some type of indecision in the past. And I think, and coming up in the future, it's like once you release all of this energy, I feel like there's going to be choices that need to be made that are going to completely transform your life. Now we have transformation and the Release card here, which is both ruled by Scorpio. So we have Pluto and we have Mars here, okay? And I'm definitely getting scorpionic energy as well as Aquarius, Cancer. Yes, we have some fire here. But that's about it, okay? A little bit of water, but that's it. Now, with that said, I do feel like for a lot of you guys, you're taking off. Like, you definitely have things that you're taking off with, getting excited about new things, new opportunities, new things that are going to inspire you, that are going to feel very fulfilling, okay? And I think that it helps with your faith. It has something to do with your faith, your optimism, being very loving, being very giving, very caring individual. I definitely feel like you're going to end up meeting someone who is also very inspirational and charismatic and innovative. Okay. And I think that this is going to be like, it's going to come in fast and it's going to be like, whoa, what just hit me? And now I have hope. And now I see what I really want to do. I see what I want to create, because the Empress is all about creation, creating the life of your dreams and feeling so inspired to do so. I do feel like, you know, you could be partnering, and for some of you, that's where you can meet the love of your life. All of a sudden, they just pop right in. We've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Fire here. So it could be vice versa, either way. But I do feel like this is all part of your destiny. I'm definitely getting a lot of destiny energy, and it's going to be very, very, very out of the blue. It's like we have to take these steps towards whatever we're being called to in order for these things to play out. So definitely listen to your intuition. Anything that needs to die, anything that needs to be let go of, let it go, because there's all these brand new opportunities that are trying to come in. After you let these things die, you're kind of sitting here at this crossroads like, okay, well, which path do I take now? And I think with the Chariot, you're going to know exactly which path you're supposed to be on once you've cleared out what no longer serves you. And I don't feel like it's a lot. I genuinely do feel like this is major opportunities of growth. I feel like this is kind of like Pluto going into Aquarius is what I'm getting, because we've got the Star and the Transformation card here, and that is Pluto and that is Aquarius. So we do have that going on March 23rd of this year. So you might already start feeling the effects and feeling like, man, I'm really feeling inspired to go out and talk to people, and I'm feeling inspired to share my story, and I'm feeling inspired to help children. And right now, more than ever, these kids need the help, all the help they can get, especially with all the indoctrination that we've got in the schools right now, pressing our kids, you know, pushing our kids to just, it's almost like dumbifying our children, okay? And so I do feel like maybe there is something, you're going to hear something on the news. I definitely am getting that too, that you're going to hear something on the news about the indoctrination and the saving of the children. So pay attention to that, because there's something here to do with children and help being on the way. And that's what the last few years is all about, is been bringing awareness to the children, okay? And what has been happening with them in the school systems, okay? Telling, you know, 5-year-olds that they're not a little boy anymore, that now they're a little girl, and, you know, indoctrinating them into this woke bullshit. And no, I don't play into the woke bullshit, because I know the planetary alignment, and I don't believe in all this other crap. You know, when Saturn and Neptune move into Aries in 2025, the damage has already been done. Because of the Neptune being in Pisces, and that's the dissolver of boundaries, and I don't know who I am, and I want to identify as a banana. That's not going to be anymore, okay? So we're just going to get fucking real clear and real honest with that. I will be here at that time to try and help clean up the mess of what has happened at this very moment. But when Saturn and Neptune move into the sign of Aries, Aries is identity. You better know, if you have a penis, you're a boy, and if you have a vagina, you're a girl, okay? That just is. So there won't be any more confusion of whether you're a cat and you want to pee in a kitty litter box, okay? That's not going to fly. But unfortunately, as I said before, the damage will have already been done on their psychological aspects and mental health. And that's when we come into a new mental health crisis, which we're already in right now, because the war is against our mental health. So do keep that in mind, okay? And that's why I absolutely will not be playing into this woke agenda, because that's all it is that it's an agenda, it's a narrative, and we need to be really careful when it comes to our children, protecting your child. You didn't carry this child under your heart for 9 months just to turn around and have it completely demolished by this woke mob, okay? I won't play into it. I'm not going to allow it. And that's where the Tower comes in, because God, universe, spirit, angels, archangels, our ancestors, all of those are here to help protect the children, and they will need counseling. As you can see, there is a counselor here. All right. So maybe for some of you, it's time for you to drive your children to a counselor that's not being groomed. Think outside the box. There's psychics, there's astrologers. There are people out there that can help your children that don't just read it out of a book, that can look at your child's chart and tell them exactly what's going to end up happening in their future. Okay. So there's no coincidence that we have all these children here, but this is also about your inner child and where that inner child has been abused from the past. And maybe it's time for you to share your story. And that's what the star is talking about. The stars have aligned. It is time for you, the wheel, you were here and now you're here. And so it's time for you to share how you got this far. Maybe there are children out there that need your help. They need to hear your story so that they have something to go off of. They need that hope, and that hope is you, and it's going to completely transform feeling the way that they have felt moving forward. So there's going to be an ending to all this bullshit that has been going on, and it is coming through, and parents are no longer going to be thought of as terrorists for wanting to go in and protect their children. Okay, very, very important here. Definitely getting that. I see where something is signed in. Maybe it has something to do with the masculine energy, signing something in. But I do feel like it's the masculine and the feminine equally. The feminine has the emotion, the masculine has the fire and the drive to do so. Okay. Especially the last few years with everything that's happened in our government, which has been just, it's an embarrassment. It's intolerable, and it has been absolute hell. But that's what the transformation card says, is time has run out. They've had their day in the sun, and now it's time for everything to be, in the shade or whatever. It's time for things to be illuminated on what is getting ready to happen for these children, for your inner child. Definitely see a counselor. Talk to your parents. I think that a lot of parents have been, and funny enough, we are going into Year of the Rabbit on this new moon. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a rabbit right there in the corner. If you want, stop this video, screenshot it, and zoom in. You can see a little rabbit here. And, rabbits are cuddly and sweet and kind, but they are constant creation. I mean, so it's like, these children are our future, and it is very, very important that we take really good care of these children. And that is why, there is a war against our children. It's to, separate the mom. She has to work full time. We have inflation. You need everybody in the house working. You need dad working, so you're separating dad. You need mom working, you're separating mom. And now the parents have no choice but to put their kids in school because, they want everybody indoctrinated. If we can separate the family, then we can teach the mom this, and we can instill the dad with this, but then we can indoctrinate the children with this. That's what this is all about. In my day, when I was a kid, one parent stayed home with the child. Didn't matter if it was the masculine or feminine. It did not matter. It was one parent stayed home and taught the children while the other parent went off to work. Well, they have made that absolutely impossible, because the way to get a wedge in between the family and split them all up is to make mom work, make dad work, and send kid off to school. So keep that in mind as you are moving forward in all of this, okay? So, how can we transform this situation to where, maybe grandma comes in? Back in the day, instead of sending grandma off into a home, we had grandma come and take care of the children while mom and dad were able to work. See, those are things that are not thought of. Now you're paying a babysitter, $15, $20 an hour when you're only getting paid $15, $20 an hour for what you do, so they make it impossible for us to be able to be working parents. Listen, I was a single mom, my kids' entire life, from the time they were babies, right? And I had 3 kids, and I worked 3 and 4 jobs. And then when I would send them to dad's indoctrinating them that mom's bad, and because mom's working all the time, she doesn't love you and doesn't want to spend time with you, which is complete bullshit. The only reason why I'm working is to keep a roof over their head. So I went through that exact experience. And then on top of it, the court wanted to take my kids away because he had a wife who stayed at home. Because me working as a single parent and teaching my kids how to be independent and still be able to keep my family together wasn't good enough for the courts. So as soon as you get them into the court system, you're fucked. And so you're having to, go off of all this fear that the court is putting you in, fear of losing your children. It is a huge thing that is not beneficial for families. So very, very important that we are working with the children, doing what's right by your children. And if you can find somebody that can homeschool your children in the next few years, that's actually where we're headed, because people are not going to be going to college anymore. People are not going to be putting their kids into school anymore. And the reason being is because it's all a bunch of fuckery. It's all a bunch of bullshit right now. It's not teaching their kids ABCs. It's teaching their kids the new narrative that the government has supported in wanting to indoctrinate your children, to turn your kids against you. So if you're not already seeing that happen, then you're fucking blind. So open your eyes, pay attention to what's going on, save these children, be the hope and the star, their North Star. Point them in the direction of their North Star, like you needed when you were a kid. And if you can get your children help right now, especially the ones who are going through all of this grooming, now is the time to do so. You guys, I am very passionate about this because I know as a child, I was adopted. If you have not heard my story, go back to my awakening and suicide attempts, okay? It's right on there. It's the black and white. It's a picture of me. And as a child, I went through some real serious shit. So we need to change this all up. We need to get control again. And we need to make sure that our children are taken care of and not being groomed by our government. Anyway, you guys, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. Also, I do work with children, okay? In fact, I'm getting ready right now to go hang out with a bunch of foster kids. I too was a foster kid when I was little, and try and help those children. So this definitely does resonate with what I'm doing. In any way, shape, or form that you guys can do some of the same thing, maybe volunteering, putting yourself out there, doing your humanitarianism, now is the time to make that happen. Take care of these babies, because I'm going to tell you right now, they're our future. I love you guys all so much. Take care.